Today we're going to talk about the Poisson distribution. Consider the number of times an event occurs over an interval of time and assume the probability of occurrence is the same for any intervals of equal length. The occurrence in any interval is independent of an occurrence in any non-overlapping interval. If x is equal to the number of occurrences, we can also call these occurrences events, in an interval, then x is a Poisson random variable. So this is the Excel function for Poisson distribution. X is the number of events, lambda is your mean, and then you have to put true or false depending on the sign. You will use false if you have an equal sign. If you have less than or equal to, you will use true. So let's go over some problems. Assume that we have a Poisson distribution with mean or lambda equal to 5. We want to figure out the probability that x is equal to 1. So in this case, x is the number of events, that will be 1. Our lambda is 5. And then since we have an equal sign, we're going to use false. So you would type this command into Excel and you would get 0.0337. The next problem, we want to figure out the probability that x is less than 1. Well, there's a trick here because we don't have a command for Excel that would give us less than 1. We know that if it's less than 1, then that must mean it's less than or equal to 0. So what you can do is you can write it as it will be the same thing. So anything less than 1 will mean that it's less than or equal to 0. So for x, you can put 0. Lambda is 5. And since we have less than or equal to, we can use the word true. And once you put that into Excel, you get 0.0067. If we have the probability, if we want to know the probability that x is greater than 1, once again, we don't have an Excel command for greater than. So what you should do is put 1 minus and the probability that x is less than or equal to 1. And so we just put 1 minus and then the Poisson command, which would be 1, and then 5, and then true. So basically this part here will go with this part here. And you get an answer 0.9596. If we want to know the probability that x is less than or equal to 1, we just put in 1 for the number of events, lambda is 5, and then we put true. And we get 0.0404. Okay? I hope that helps.